Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my Lush Christmas haul for you. Might want to grab yourself a drink because I feel like this is going to be a long one. I have bought quite a lot from the Christmas range already. I've mainly focused on the new products as well as a few purchases of old favourites that they bring out every year. Right, so I'll start with the bath bombs. We have a couple of repurchases this year. The first one being Golden Wonder, which is this really big present shaped bath bomb. It's pretty damn big and it's gold and glittery and the shimmer does stick to your bathtub, so if you don't like that, give this one a miss. Now this one didn't come with the packaging on it, so I can't exactly remember what was in it. Unfortunately, as it is a bigger bath bomb, it is kind of cracked. It doesn't do that well in transportation, so yeah, it's a little bit fragile. Basically this is like an outer shell and then inside I think it's blue and then it's got little round multicoloured bath bomby bits in there just to they don't really do anything, they just kind of float around the water, but I think it makes it, I'm not sure if you can hear that, it kind of makes it rustle a little bit, so you know, like when you're a kid and there'd be presents under the tree and you'd like shake them to try and find out what's in there. I think it's supposed to be like that kind of thing. I just love it. I love it. Next we have another repurchase. This is the So White bath bomb, which I absolutely adore. This smells like apples and it is just so good. I don't think they've brought out the shower gel in this scent this year, but they have done before and I absolutely love the shower gel. The scent is really super strong. Last year this was just white all over, but this year they've given it a little green leaf. I think just to make it a little bit more interesting, because it is one of Lush's more dull bath bombs in terms of appearance. Oh, but that is just so good. It's like really sweet apples. It's not sharp or zesty in any way. Well, apples aren't really zesty, but it's not like a sharp scent. It's a really sweet, soft smell. Oh, and it just kind of smells like Christmas to me now because I buy so many of these around Christmas. It just smells just super fresh and super clean, and it's just, I think that's a good bath bomb to use if you're going out to a Christmas party or something to try and revive yourself after work. On to the new bath bombs this year. I picked up two. I don't know if there are more than two, but I picked up two. This one is Mistletoe bath bomb. It's a strange smell, this one. Almost smells a bit minty. I think it's got jasmine. No, wait. I don't know. I don't know what's in this one. But to me it kind of smells almost a bit minty. Kind of creamy-ish, I don't know. It's interesting. It's an unusual smell. I think it's got jasmine in it, but I'm not overly sure. And then the last bath bomb, which is also a new one, is Nevermind the Ballistic Bath Bomb, which, I mean, I pretty much had to buy it just for the name because, you know, Sex Pistols and all that. This one still has the ingredients list on it. So this has sweet wild orange, lime oil, shea butter, is that, or cocoa butter? I think it's cocoa butter. Olibanum resinoid, I think. Fresh something, gardenia extract. I must say these new labels don't last well. I can't read it. It's kind of coated, one half of it's coated in like what I assume is kind of like a bath melt, which I think kind of makes it, because it's like a difference in which side fizzes, like the speed in which they dissolve or something, it makes it like roll around in the bath. I like the fact this is yellow and pink as well, like the iconic Sex Pistols album cover. Oh wow. Ooh. So it's definitely very orangey. Yeah, it's very much a tart, orangey, zesty kind of scent. I'm just worried that that might be a bit too much butter for me, but we'll have to see. Hopefully it doesn't overpower the fizziness of the bath bomb. Hopefully it will still fizz nicely, but I'll have to see. I don't get that much of the lime, but I definitely get the orange. And it is nice to see Lush doing something like brand new, because as I say, other than the rollerball bath bomb they released in the kitchen, I don't think they've ever done anything like this before. On to bubble bars. I got quite a few actually. I didn't realise how many I'd got. I think I've got about 5. Lush have been releasing like more and more of the bubble ones, especially when it comes to seasonal ranges. They seem to go all out on the bubble ones nowadays. I do like them. I have found in the past that they tend to break quite easily, and it kind of just comes off the stick, and then I kind of think, what's the point in putting it on the stick when it just breaks off in the first use? But saying that, I just had to pick up this one because it is a dinosaur in a Santa hat. I believe this is called Santosaurus Rex or something. Let's just double check on that. So this is Santosaurus. Here's a bubble wand. Can't remember what's in him, but it smells a lot like another Lush product. It kind of smells to me a bit like the Magic Mushroom bubble bar that they sometimes release for Valentine's Day, I believe. Is it possibly a bit like the Yummy Mummy scent range? Kind of like strawberry-ish and quite sweet. But this is Santosaurus and he's adorable, and I feel like he feels a bit more sturdy on the stick than a lot of the bubble ones I've tried before, so hopefully he might perform a little better. He's just so cute, and that is probably one of the most giftable items from the range, especially if you're buying for like possibly like younger cousins and things, or brothers and sisters. It's a very giftable item, and I mean, who can not smile when they open that? I mean, it's adorable. I did buy another bubble wand in the store. I can't remember what made me pick this up, so I'm assuming it must be the scent, because it kind of looks a bit like a clown, which should freak me out really, as I hate clowns. I picked him up, so I must have done that for a reason. But this is Jester, a bubble wand, which again doesn't have the ingredients on. Oh wow, okay, I remember why I picked this up. So this smells like orange sherbet. You know, the orange sherbet from the what were they called, Tib Tabs or something, the little things with a stick and the different sherbets. This smells like the orange one, and this one has a little bell. I feel like the Santa one had a bell, and maybe I've lost that, I don't know. But he's got his little bell. The only problem with this one again is I just feel like it's not on the stick very securely, so I feel like once I've used this once, that's gonna kind of fall apart. But we'll have to see, maybe he'll surprise me. He's not as creepy looking as I remember, so that's good. Back to an old favourite. This one they've released many years, and this, oh no, it's falling to pieces. This is of course Candy Mountain, which is scented like the Creamy Candy Bubble Bar, which I believe they've discontinued now, which is distressing because it's a really good scent. It's very similar to Snow Fairy, but without like being sickly sweet, if you get what I mean. Oh, it's really good. I really think this is like Lush's Christmas scent, isn't it really? And this is one that I like to use on Christmas Eve especially, because it really makes me feel Christmassy, and I need to wash the Debenhams off after a long day at work for the one day of Christmas I get. This one I believe is a brand new one, and as soon as I saw this I got a bit tearful. I just had to buy it. This is a bubble bar to pay respects to David Bowie. As you will probably know, passed away this year, which was very sad indeed. So this is the Snowy Bubble Bar, which has a little Ziggy Stardust lightning bolt on it and 2 different coloured eyes. even though technically his eyes weren't two different colours. It's just that one of his pupils was permanently dilated. It is so cute. It's just so cute. Ooh, ooh, that's nice. So this has grapefruit oil and neroli oil, and I think it's the grapefruit oil that gives it that like sharpness. It's a sweet fruity scent, but it does have that sharpness to it, which if you don't like overly sweet scents, I think, you know, might be a little bit better for those of you who don't like Snow Fairy. And then the last bubble bar, which I think they used to make this, I don't know if it was a permanent product years and years ago, but it's definitely been available online before and in the kitchen before. And this is Ruby Red Slippers. So it looks glittery, but it's kind of, it's not glitter. Or is it glitter? I don't know. It's kind of like little grains of something. But it's shaped like a little shoe, which is adorable. I don't remember what the theme of this was. I want to say the Wizard of Oz, but then I don't see what that has to do with Christmas. Unless maybe it's just kind of like supposed to be a party shoe. I don't know. I don't know. This has Rose Absolute, tangerine oil, and something else absolute that I can't read. It smells almost kind of cinnamony, but there's no cinnamon in it, which is confusing. You can definitely smell the rose in it. I don't get too much of the tangerine other than like a little bit of sweetness, and I feel like it's almost a bit too sharp along with the rose, but that's just my personal opinion. It does smell pretty good though. It's just not, it's definitely not my favourite scent from this year's range. I feel like this is one that my mom would really like, because she really likes the rose scented products. So I bought just one bar of soap from this year's Christmas range. This was a brand new one. This was Snow Castle soap, which I kind of bought this to replace Yognog because they haven't brought out Yognog this year, which distresses me greatly as that is one of my all-time favourite Lush soaps. It smells kind of like cinder toffee and I just absolutely adore that scent. It's so good. I really don't know why they haven't brought it out, but I'm taking it pretty personally. It's one of my favourites. So I kind of bought this in place of that because this is one of their sweet kind of creamy scented soaps, but it smells a little bit like marzipan, like a very creamy marzipan, if you get what I mean. More creamy than like sugary, and it smells really good, and I can feel just from holding it that it's going to be one of their more moisturising soaps. It's kind of sticky and I don't know, it just feels more like creamy. And I think the whole block in the shop, I don't think I actually saw the block in the shop because I ordered this one online, but I think it comes in like a giant like castle shape, which is super cute. And I got myself a little window here. It's got a shimmer to it, but obviously that's just on the top layer, so if you don't like glitter, I don't think that would bother you all that much. But it just smells so good. On to shower products. I have 3 shower products for you. I haven't picked up a bottle of Snow Fairy yet, but believe me, I will be. I did pick up this one, which I believe is new. I haven't seen it before in previous years. This is Bubbly Shower Gel, which is supposed to smell kind of like Bucks Fizz, I believe. A Bucks Fizz breakfast boost packed full of sweet orange oil and fresh grape juice to help your morning go off with a bang, or should that be with a pop? I just got a little bottle because the shower gels are expensive. This was probably about $3.75 or $4.75, something along those lines. And again, I was disappointed that there's no Ponche in this year's range, as I've just used up the last of the big bottle I got in the kitchen, and it's one of my favourite scents. I don't know why Lush refused to bring it out for Christmas anymore, because I feel like it's such a Christmassy smell. It's like kind of like a fruity cocktail kind of scent, and when do people drink more than at Christmas? I don't know. But this is bubbly anyway. It's a little orangey bubble. It's just an orange shower gel. It hasn't got any glitter or anything in it, so if you are averse to glitter, then this could be good for you. Okay, if any of you can remember the orange flavoured Calpol, This kind of smells exactly like that. I guess it kind of smells like Bucks Fizz. I'm not overly keen on Bucks Fizz anyway, but it does kind of smell like Bucks Fizz. But I feel like the grape juice is kind of throwing it off a bit. It doesn't have like the sharpness of Bucks Fizz, obviously with the champagne or whatever in it. It kind of smells quite sweet and very fruity. It's quite an unusual scent, but I do think I like it. I bought 1 bar of the Fun, which they brought out quite a few different ones this year. I know they brought out a Snow Fairy one, which is freaking adorable. I think I prefer Snow Fairy in the shower gel form rather than a Fun bar, so I didn't pick one of those up. They did have other ones as well. I can't remember what they were exactly. I think they probably did a Santa one or something like that. But I picked up Reindeer and Robin, which obviously means you can make a reindeer or robin or both, whatever you decide. And it actually comes with little chocolate drops to make the faces, which is pretty damn cute. I much prefer that to having the band of black Fun in there, because when I've used that before, like when I had the snowman one last year, I think this is supposed to smell like cola, which is probably the main reason I picked it up. Lime oil, aniseed oil, black pepper oil, benzoin resinoid, and gardenia extract. This has a fair amount of lusters in it, so it's going to be a bit shimmery. Yes, it smells like fizzy cola balls. Oh god. That's a really nice scent, and I don't think Lush have ever done that scent before. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But as far as I'm aware, this is the first cola scented product they've done, and I love it. Again, this is a really giftable item. And I just love the fact it smells like cola. Like, maybe some people won't like that, but personally I love that. I think that's really cool. And it's a different kind of scent to Lush's normal floral or like sweet ones like Snow Fairy. It's just something a bit different, which is always good in my opinion. So that's Reindeer and Robin, and I believe the Fun bars are all about £5 each. But it's a huge block, so that will last you quite a long time. Now, I know earlier I was lamenting the loss of the Yognog soap to the Christmas range, but they have kind of redeemed themselves a tiny bit with the introduction of the Yognog Roulade. Now, I have used their roulades before and haven't been that wowed by them, but as this was the only product with the Yognog scent, I had to pick it up. It kind of looks really weird. Oh my god, that's so good. This doesn't quite have the creaminess of the soap or the bath bomb that they did last year, but it is still that Yognog scent, and it does still smell like cinder toffee. It just doesn't have quite the warmth that you get from the soap, which is a little bit disappointing. The other shower product I have bought is one of their shower jellies. Now, the reason I'm holding this like this is because this one will not stop leaking. I think because it's kind of shaped in a round like bowl shape, it kind of sticks out of the lid a little bit. I don't know, it's just leaking a lot, which isn't great. But this is the Santa's Belly shower jelly, which is a great use of rhyming, I feel. It kind of smells a bit like the, I would say it's a mixture of the iced wine shower jelly and So White. It smells kind of like sweet and appley, but it's a bit more sugary sweet than So White, and I feel like it's kind of a richer scent. There's a bit more to it. What is in this? Red grape juice, fresh apple juice, rose absolute, neroli oil, and bergamot oil. Oh, and orange flower absolute. So it's just got a bit more depth to the scent, and it is just beautiful. This again is one of my favourite scents from the Christmas range. It just instantly makes me feel Christmassy. I really want to get this out to show you, but Oh god. It's in my hand. It feels horrible. So this is one of the more wet of Lush's shower jellies. I feel like because of the shape of it you do kind of lose a bit of the product, but maybe you don't, maybe I'm just being overly critical. But this year it's actually shaped like Santa's belly, so it's got a little belt buckle and a belt around it, and I'm trying to show you desperately but it's not working. Can you see that before it falls on the floor? It's also got little gold stars in it, which is really, really cute. So that's Santa's belly shower jelly. Right, I just have 2 more products for you. Both face products. This one technically is not a Christmas product. This is available all year. But as I bought it as part of this haul, I just thought I'd share it with you. This is the Let the Good Times Roll cleanser, which, to be honest, always does make me feel a bit Christmassy because it smells like popcorn and loveliness, and it's really warming and like comforting, and I just feel, it just makes me feel Christmassy. I don't know. I'll be honest, it looks kind of gross. It looks a bit like, I don't know, but it's actually really, really good for my skin. It's like gritty, it's slightly gritty, so it's quite exfoliating without being overly harsh like the ocean salt cleanser, which I feel can sometimes be a bit much for my skin. This one is really good for the winter time, I find, which is probably why I associate it with Christmas, because I just tend to use it more in the winter. And it smells like popcorn and awesomeness, and it has maize flour, polenta, cinnamon powder, gardenia extract and popcorn. Oh, cinnamon powder, so that's why it smells so warm and lovely. And the last one is their Christmas cleanser, which is Bouche de Noël, which I absolutely love. This is probably the best cleanser I've found in terms of exfoliation for my skin. I love this. I always get at least 3 tubs of this over the winter, and I always try and get some in the sale after Christmas if they have any available, because it is just so good. It really exfoliates my face whilst being super, super gentle, which is just what I need right now, because obviously it being cooler and everything and being in the air conditioning and artificial heating all day, it does kind of dry out your skin, so you don't want anything overly harsh. Again, this isn't great to look at. This, I think, is wrapped in, it's like in a log, and it's wrapped in seaweed, and then they just chop a bit off to put in the pots. So it kind of looks a bit gross. Oh, but again, this smells really good. It smells a bit like a Christmassy cake. Not Christmas cake, but like a Christmassy cakey kind of desserty thing. And this has ground almonds, cranberries and brandy, which, if anything, I can't think of better things to put on your face, to be quite honest. What else does it have? Kaolin, fresh mandarin, cocoa butter and vetiver oil and cedarwood oil. So it's got a whole lot of things in there, and all of them are super good for my skin, and I just love it. So that is everything I bought. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you managed to stick around to the end, as it was a rather lengthy one. But yeah, I absolutely love this year's Christmas range. It is really good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!